Take this seriously, or it'll take you down. This is Bang Shelter 2G, still rock solid. To call the Gargantua, you need to big blow the shell horn 3 times in a row. You should go catch your breath. Not 1, not 2, 3 big blows. First, you need to point it the right playway. You hit the right playway. Now, go big blow. Blow, blow, blow. And you don't even have to feed it. To call the Gargantua, you need to big blow the shell horn 3 times in a row. First, you need to point it the right playway. You hit the right playway. Now, go big blow. Blow, blow, blow. To call the Gargantua, you need to big blow the shell horn 3 times in a row. First, you need to point it the right playway. You hit the right playway. Now, go big blow. Blow, blow, blow. Someone has to end this plague before it's too late. Does it look what-worthy to you? Gun it and go. Nice job blowing that shell horn. The Gargantua is huge. Always appreciates a chat with you. Says you should take care. Heroes are only heroes for others, but they do... Look, trash! Oh no, track! You found the track! Even among all this junk, there was plenty to learn about and explore. Too true, but in the long run, everything gets thrown away. Even the living. Don't waste too much time on the tracks here. There are always others to be found, and in less depressing places. Getting swole. Couldn't stand another hour of daylight.
That's all mona ha.
Says you always light up the day.
Ma yoko yola.
Says you'll see each other later. There's the track, and still goo-free. Not even raging surf could stop those explorations. Glad you feel that way. It's a big world, and it seems like there's always more to see. And once you see it all, you can go back and see how it's changed. One thing about finding all those tracks, you know you're making tracks too. Even the feel of the air changes as you go underground. Took care. Strange not having the sky above.
That's seeing you.
Says he's getting things sewed up here so he can leave when you're ready.
You nanyon.
He's invested in helping you look your best. That worked out.
kolakene. Mina foom fafsista.
Despite the fact that Clipper Fingers are in safe hands, he's still lacking something to make his hairsenal complete.
Kone bali debadaru.
Trim's embarrassed. Now he can cut, but he's out of dye. A bad furdo is a shame to you and him both, and you can't have that, can you?
Desema pula.
He once found some leftover cans of sput dye near the concrete wall paint sites, and they'd do the trick.
Fasi ne malada.
This time he promises. Just come back with a can of sput dye and he'll give you that fresh coat you deserve.
Fa baro berita.
You're so delightful, he should give you some extra fur shine.
Kika.
Trim thinks you're still good looking.
Shimamum. Sina. Coca.
Now that the sput dyer is in the can, Trim says you can colour him prepared.
Que pali de dole.
Trim is grateful you've put him back in Bizbiz, and as a token of his gratitude, he wants to do something for you.
Pa neno kasipa.
And this time he says it's going to be for free.
Fasi ne malada.
He suggests a full updo, promises to not only give you a new fur style, but a whole new kind of lifestyle.
Kopalika no nasina fona.
Wants to say thank you, but also can't wait to have his work on proud display with someone so famous.
Fasi ne malada.
Heard Out of Date is getting the Ark ready, but is troubled by the fact that there's only 4 extra seats on it. It must be hard to choose who to take along.
Nicola ti brala liluda.
He's not one bit jealous about you having to make that kind of choice. Hard enough to help someone figure out their fur style.
So
Doesn't seem sure about why you're leaving. The world's going to make it. You know it too. A fresh start either way, he guesses.
bali tukade.
Either way, he believes you have the best intentions. He's proud of you for staying true to yourself, no matter what happens.
Mina foom fafsista.
But that's all done now. Supposes you need to figure out who's going into the Ark, and quick.
So, what we have here,
Why?
if you
But you...
Shimamum.
Thinks you're so sharp for bringing along someone who will make you look your best wherever you land. He'll see you at the Ark for takeoff.
Bali tukade.
Trim's got his wits about him for you. That's hard to come by.
Don't go boy thing.
With the world getting darker by the day, there's not much time left to save it, and even though you've just met, he feels you're bound to play a huge part in that.
Da sompa.
Figures that doesn't make it any less worth fighting.
Kamui.
You've found your way through the darkness. You shine like the sun in the sky, but will you use that power to warm the world or burn it?
Da sompa.
Hopes you see how much good you can do with power like that, and how easy it is to let it drive you mad. No matter where your path takes you, though, it's important to remember where you came from. The past bright lights the present.
Tutozinkatimbo.
Wonders if you know how much of an effect you've had upon the world. Your presence changes things like light changes darkness. Did you realize that when choosing where to shine?
Zaikandum.
Says he can see that in the way you brighten everything up.
Kaikika kokum.
So happy you know you're helping brighten the world. There's plenty of it that's still worth saving.
Kaikika kokum.
Whatever happens to the world, you shone as bright as you could. That matters more than you know. Says you did the right thing in taking up with the Myriad. They buy lots of his lamps. That's a tribe that believes in the bright things in the world. Claims he wasn't trying to sell you anything. Now,
Kaikika kokum.
says he can see by the twinkle in your eyes that you're not here to talk about your allies. He assumes you are here to be enlightened. He can't blame you, as everything just feels dark and hopeless these days. There's something about you, like you're knit together. Your fate's connected. What you've said, he feels too. So, why not call him Me Too?
Kantikotumbo.
He senses you're like the dayfly, living every day like it's your last, afraid that when night comes, it might be proved right.
Da sompa.
Believes no one is entirely dark. Even the worst have a spark of good in them. Mito says there's darkness in everyone's life, but as a lamp maker, he wants you to know there's light too.
Moth bum bum.
His goal in this dying world is to be like a flame fly, burning to light the way for others, and therefore he still makes lamps.
Muinkine.
You look like you're in need of a special get-through-the-night lamp, but to make something like that, he'd need a flame fly.
Moth bum bum.
Says that's the kind of attitude that spreads light everywhere. Look at those peaks. Mito seems mesmerized by the flame fly. Its fire now burning in his heart, too.
Taikatapa.
Mito says the flame flies have always acted as guiding lights in his life, but with so little time left, he can't just make a lamp from scratch for you.
Dirindum.
Sometimes there are ether lanterns, as light as paper, floating around in the sky at night. One of those would make a perfect fit for your fly.
Totoo.
Scour the night sky and get him an ether lantern to work with, and do it before the flame fly's life is snuffed out.
Yonko.
It'll have a hard time shining as bright as you already do.
좀더 번져줘.
Mito says you're making sense to him.
저거.
Says you should take care.
드린덤. 뻥뻥. 보이?
Now that Mito has the ether lantern, he's able to convince the flamefly into making it a special get-through-the-night lamp.
똥꼬 볼게.
He's glad he's able to help you shed some light on a world that's grown so dark.
똥꼬 볼게.
He wishes he could do more to help, but too much light can blind as much as the night.
대신도.
If there's any way to help you see, though, he's happy to do what he can.
달파.
Says hope is like light. When all else goes dark, it can show you the way out.
자자 샌들이.
Mito says he's ready to illuminate your world.
다 쏨빠.
Says you should take it easy.
Barusa Fulicano ba.
She figured you'd have given up by now, what with the end of the world arranged against you. She put her fate in her poppets instead.
Rokaw tausi. Wala pun.
Thinks that giving up isn't always up to you. Sometimes the world's bigger than your will.
Golikum kupi boblorb.
Now that you're here, Maya believes your fate might be bigger than she thought. The world might end you, but it won't end without you.
Kupleko hexi wex.
If you're going to save the world, you better get moving. Can't just sit there on pins and needles. They'll stab right through you.
Kupleko hexi wex.
Either way, she wishes you luck. Good, bad, or whatever you need.
Saturi karumile.
Asks if you ever wondered who might be pulling your strings, and what might happen if you decided to pull back.
Saturi karumile.
Thinks that's awfully easy for you to think fate's pulling your strings.
Saturi toto.
Whoever's in charge, it looks like the world's on the way up.
Saturi Toto.
Thinks it's funny how hard you meant to improve things, no matter the result.
Slupse Prupa.
Wonders why you bother with the myriad. They don't care for her poppets. Too bent on real things.
Folds Fode Plek.
She prefers stories. They help to make sense of reality, right?
Gardina Ruti Tizi.
Anyhow, she has funner things to talk about.
Masumi Melemelo.
Says her name is Maya. She doesn't get a lot of visitors nowadays. There's a jumbie hex over these parts of the land.
Job Damele Toto.
She's beyond worry, though, and knows there's a small chance you'll survive. You're all doomed if you don't.
Paso Fipilo Glub.
Maya won't give up or give in. She thinks it's better to get stitching rather than curse a ripped cloth.
Kiki Coco Tausi.
Says they start that way, but with a little hexing of her own, they can affect a lot more than your imagination.
Saturi Karumile. Kupleko Hexi Wex.
She's crafted a poppet in defense against the World Eater closest to her, but she needs a sharper pinpricker to make use of it.
Rokau Tausi. Walapun.
She's flurfed the poppet already, so there's no need to worry about her wishcraft. It's primed on the World Eater.
Golikum Kupi Bob Lorp.
The only pinpricker worth using is one that was stuck in a haystack. It's a needle like that she needs your help finding.
Golikum Kupi Bob Lorp.
Thanks you for trusting in her poppet powers.